right, so let's come to our nice easy seat on our mat. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my block and my water. Right. Block and water, and have a seat on your mat. Nice easy seat. Sit up really tall. Decide if you'd like to come into full or half lotus, or just a nice cross-legged position. We're sitting up really tall, drawing the shoulders back, down, and away. Eye gaze either down or eyes closed, and we come to the breath. Noticing as the breath enters the nose, fills the lungs, fills the belly. Fill, 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 hold at the top, and then exhale. Let it go. Again, fill up. Little hold. And exhale. Let it go. Inhaling and exhaling. Begin to move cat-cow seated. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, pull back, round and curl. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, round and curl. Continue at your pace with your breath, natural rhythm of the breath, and go ahead and close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, and just really make that connection between breath and body. Letting go of whatever today may have brought you, and you just come right to your mat, drop right into the practice. Turning this into seated dancing lion, come all the way to the right, around to the front, press on the thighs, and all the way back and round. There you go, seated dancing lion. Let your head also roll around in this. Breathe. And the other direction. Beautiful. Back to center, big inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And take a twist to the right, look over the back shoulder, sit up nice and tall. Really nice, yogis. Look over the back shoulder, keep lengthening through the spine and twisting. And then reach. And twist again. And reach again. And go ahead and take hands on earth, knees tap down, tuck your toes, cat-cow, inhale, lengthen, let the belly drop. I'm going to turn to the side, and exhale, round and curl. Again, at your pace, just like we did seated, inhaling and exhaling, and round and curl. A few more times. Dancing lion now on hands and knees. We come forward, big circles. Linger here in the hip flexors. Maybe take a little bit of an up dog or cobra, and then around in these big circles in both directions. So take a few circles one way, and then a few circles the other way. finding yourself in child's pose. Knees as wide as your mat, toes touched behind you. Go ahead and let your chest and belly tap the earth and maybe even your forehead. Reach your hands out in front of you and then gently walk over to the right side. And to center and then to the left. And to center again. Back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Downward facing dog. Melt the chest towards the thighs. Maybe you're up on your tiptoes. Maybe your knees are bent. Your heels are pointing outward, pigeon-toed out. And we're pressing the weight away from our hands and into our back body. And we breathe deep, slow breaths. And then journey to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen hands to shins or thighs. Look out. Exhale, melt and fold. Bend the knees here if appropriate. And then inhale, rise all the way up with a little back bend. And hands come into heart center. Beautiful. Finding the breath again. Steady and slow. Sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward with a flat back. Bend your knees, go down nice and easy. Hands to shins, thighs, or earth. Look out and lengthen. And then plant the palms, walk back to plank. Option to drop the knees. Lower down either halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Again, the breath. Nice, big, slow, long, deep inhales and exhales. Noticing if any thoughts are coming into your mind and just gently let them dissipate. Coming back to the breath. Always, maybe even assigning a word or phrase to the breath to remind you to stay right here mindful in our practice. Look towards your hands, journey to the top of your mat, offer your heart, inhale, fold and exhale, rise with an inhale, and hands in, heart center. Inhale, sun salutation A. Yeah. Second one, forward fold. Offer your heart. Walk, step, jump, or float. Take the knees to tap or lower down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Five long, slow, cleansing breaths. Journey to the top. Offer your heart. Fold and melt. Rise to stand. Third and final sun salutation A. Inhale, reach. And fold. And lengthen. Vinyasa or meet me in down dog. You can skip the vinyasa, yogis, and just go right to downward facing dog. You can even take child's pose here for the 5 breaths. So think about what it is you need or want. You can even take push-ups here. So yogi's choice. Option for headstand if you take it in your practice. We'll be back in downward facing dog. After the next exhale, before the next inhale, journey to the top. Offer your heart inhale. Hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a back bend of your choice, nice and easy or big. Hands to heart center first and then down to mountain pose. Standing in mountain pose, maybe putting a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart, or maybe just standing tall. Trying to find stillness with the breath. Sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And you vinyasa, plant the palms, walk, step, jump, or float, lower down, halfway or all the way, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sun salutation B, we're going to slow it down. So let's take the right leg up and open hip on hip. Elevate up on that left tiptoe and find some space here. Bring the knee to the nose. Shoulders over wrist, pull up and in, step the foot right in between the hands. Low lunge up on the fingertips first, spin the back heel to tap. Root down into the feet to rise halfway up, really feel the core here, and then rise all the way up, warrior one. With the breath, and we'll come back halfway, reach all the way, tap, step back again, plank. Lower down, slow, controlled, strong and steady. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches for the sky, up on the right tiptoes, find space and movement. The knee comes into the nose, shoulders over wrist, pull up and in, step the left foot all the way through the hands. If it doesn't make it, help it. Up on the fingertips, spin the back heel. Root down, rise halfway. Really feel the core, hold the body. Rise all the way, warrior one. Spin the pinkies in, draw the shoulders back and down, a little up dog here, a little back bend. Sinking in, letting the knee track over the big toe or the second toe, not past the ankle. Halfway down again, exhale all the way down, tap the earth, step back, plank. Lower down or skip it, vinyasa. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Really coming into the moment. Shaking your head, yes. Yes, for all the good things. Breathe. Take your head no. What doesn't serve you, allow it to leave. Gently. And then we look to our hands, walk, step, jump, or float top of our mat. Offer your heart on the inhale. Slide hands to shins or thighs. Fold, exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to. Then sit back and inhale, rise, chair pose again, Utkatasana. And stand tall, mountain pose. Once again, noticing your heart, noticing your breath. Bringing it right back to center. If at any time you need to take a break, you can just sit or take a drink. And catch up with us whenever you're ready. Feet together, knees together. It's one big leg. Squeeze it all inward and then sit back, chair pose again, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lengthen, look out, and then vinyasa, walk, step, jump, or float, and lower down all the way or halfway. We inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll step the right foot all the way through and rise up on the inhale, one breath, inhale, and exhale, right back down to vinyasa. Left foot steps forward, back heel spins, rise up, one breath, warrior one, and exhale, let it go, right back down, vinyasa. Down dog or child's pose for 5 big strong breaths. Maybe some verbal exhales, letting go of what's maybe lingering from the day or from the weekend, and just kind of really coming to yourself right now. Landing right back on your mat, right back in your breath. Gaze forward and walk, step, jump, or float top of your mat. Offer your heart, inhale. Fold, exhale. Sit back and rise up. Chair pose, Utkatasana, and then mountain pose, back to center. Breathe. Noticing the heart rate and the respiration as you come right back, drop right back in to this place. Continue to breathe strong and slow. Third and final, sun salutation B. Feet together, knees together, one big leg. Sit back, rise, arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, and let it all go. Inhale, offer heart, lengthen. Exhale, press back, jump back, walk back, vinyasa. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog. The right foot comes through, warrior one, we rise up. And once we get there, we come right back down, riding the breath. The exhale rides us down to vinyasa. The inhale opens and fills the heart. The exhale presses back, down dog. The next inhale, I know it's fast. Left leg comes forward, we rise up, warrior one. Like we're flowing through water, back down, exhale, vinyasa. It's a moving meditation. It's dance with breath. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a rest if you need it. If you want more, add more. Wherever you are, notice the breath. Notice where it is in your body. Bring it to your belly, strong and flowing. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Look forward, offer your heart, and then jump or float to the top of your mat. Offer again, fold, sit back, Utkatasana chair pose, final, third, sun salutation B. We stand tall. Finding tree pose. Let's stand on the right leg. Bring left knee up and open to tree. Foot can be inside the inner thigh, above or below the ankle, above or below the knee. And then let's allow ourselves to find whatever expression we find with our arms that makes the most sense for our bodies today and our balance. breath and balance. If you need to step down, step down. If not, stay in the tree, Vrikshasana. Eye gaze is 6 to 10 inches in front of you. It's called our dristi, our gazing point. Bring the knee back to the chest. Bring it up nice and high. And then send this leg back for warrior 3. Just like that. Arms can come out to airplane wings or hands can stay at heart center. From warrior 3, we slide the back foot down, finding warrior 1. We've been here before in the Surya Namaskara B. Beautiful. Exhale. Fold forward, straighten the front leg, and step the back foot closer. You might want to reach for the block or a book here, bringing the floor a little closer to your hands, and then forward fold over that right leg. Maybe even coming up on the back tiptoe if you need more space. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, bring the chest close to the thigh. Maybe the hands come a little lower. And we lift the chin off the chest or tuck the chin, whichever feels more comfortable. You might even want to start lifting the toes, adding a little bit more to the back of the right leg. And breathe. Stepping the back foot up to meet the front foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise again. And hands to heart center, mountain pose. Once again, noticing the heart rate, noticing the rhythm and the beat. Noticing if the thoughts are coming in again and allowing them just to go. Standing now on the left leg, right knee comes up, and tree pose. Foot can be up where mine is, or on the earth. Again, hands find whatever spot works, whatever is appropriate. Remembering this is a hip opener, so we're trying to keep the hips square but open. Finding the breath deep in the belly, leg is strong, neck standing. If you come out, that's okay. The knee comes back to the chest, and we send it back for warrior 3, right back. Try to keep the hips squared down, the arms can be at heart or out to airplane. We breathe. Really finding that extension behind you, pressing the heel like you're pressing against a wall. We breathe into that space of warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, and then find the foot onto the earth, rise the arms up, warrior 1 again. Beautiful. Straighten out the front leg, hands come to hips, step the back foot 1 foot closer, and then we fold forward for head to knee pose. Again, perhaps the block is appropriate. If you need to, you can also come up on the back tiptoe, bending into one or both knees. If you want a little more, lift up the left toes. So you do what works for you. We want to breathe into the space behind the left leg, so let it go. And really feel the body open here. Step the back foot up to meet the front foot. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold again, this time back to chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands come to heart center, chair prayer, twist. We twist over to the right, placing the tricep on the outside edge of the thigh, looking up over that shoulder. Option to exalt the arms. Option to take a side crow balance if that's in your practice. Breathe. Trying to press the prayer hands to center, sinking the bottom low. Beautiful. Forward fold over those legs, letting it all go. Heel toe your feet 2 fists apart and come into squat. If you can leave the heels down, leave the heels down. If not, you can be on the tiptoes. And if that doesn't work, have a seat on your bottom. Use the elbows to open out the knees. Beautiful. Let's take a moment here in this meditative place in squat. Option for crow pose, and if you're not taking crow pose, you just find me in down dog. So meet me there, however you go. If you're taking crow, work towards straight arms, bringing the knees right up into the armpits, looking forward. Straight arms, the better, and we lean into that place. Look forward, maybe lift, flirt with one foot, maybe both feet come up off the ground. Breathe into that. And either walk, step, jump, or float, or just step back to take a vinyasa. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Looking up to your hands, walk, step, jump, or float, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Look out, exhale, fold. Sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands come back to heart center, chair prayer, twist to the left. Look up and over the back shoulder, press the hands to center, sink the bottom down, exalt the arms if appropriate. Side crow if you took it on side one. Eye gaze can be up or down, wherever the neck is most comfortable, but everything is squeezing into the midline and you're twisting. Beautiful. We forward fold again out of this. Inhale, lengthen. Jump, walk, or float back to plank and hold plank. Right hand moves to center for side plank, Vashisthasana. Roll to the outside edge of your feet or foot, or even take that right knee down. Inhale, reach to the sky, shoulders open like wings. Breathe, maybe the hand comes across. Utthita Vashisthasana, extended side plank. Breathe. And then both hands come down. We press back, down dog, reset the hips and spine. Come forward again to plank. Left hand moves to center, stack the bones. This time I will take my left knee down and the right hand reaches up. So 2 options here, variations. Maybe you want to take the full side plank, maybe not. Maybe you want to reach the arm up and over. Breathe. Both hands come down, press back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky. Step through and open up warrior 2. We flip open, cartwheel the hands, warrior 2. Pump warrior 1 time for a straight leg. And then finding triangle pose, Trikonasana, we tip over. I love the block here behind my right foot. So I can find perfect alignment, shoulders and hips are stacked and open. Breathe, hand can stay on hip, reach to sky or across the body. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach up, back to center, and now we reach forward and exalt, reach back. Second triangle, or half moon, we take the right hand and we move it forward and to the right of the right foot and kick the back leg up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If you do take a bind, reach hand for foot, bound half moon. We'll all meet in a forward fold. Option to take a second crow pose here, and if not, just stay in the fold. We inhale, lengthen, everybody vinyasa back, So walk, step, jump, or float, lower down, slow and controlled. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Beautiful. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Left leg steps up first and then steps through, finding warrior two, cartwheel the hands up and around. Nice. Pump warrior, inhale, straighten the left leg. Reach, step the back foot in one footprint and find your triangle pose. Again, imagining you're leaning against a wall behind you, shoulders and hips stack. Look up or down, Trikonasana. With the breath, find the posture. Back to center, arms come to T, reach out and now up and back. So reach up before you reach back, exalted triangle. Come back to center, second triangle. Or maybe you're trying the Artisan dress and a half moon. We step forward and kick up. Bound half moon, if that's appropriate, reach for the foot, open the heart. We're finishing forward fold. And now bend the knees, come on the tiptoes, toe stand. So you're up on your tiptoes. If you can, touch your heels together and knees apart. And if not, you can hold on for this to the earth. We're all going to finish in seated bound angle. So you stay in this toe stand as long as the toes allow. And then we gently come down to our bottom feet together, knees apart. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Flat back if you can. Lift the chin up. Bring the knees together, hug them in, and close. Tuck the chin to chest and round out the spine. Calf stretch the spine. We'll lower down slow and control, one vertebrae at a time. Let's find like maybe a 10 count, working on the core strength here. So we'll lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head. Let's take the feet together, knees apart. If this is not comfortable for you, bound angle reclining, then keep the legs straight or the knees up. And let's go ahead and take some crunches here. I'm going to take 20, making sure to get your shoulder blades up off the ground, feeling the crunch right here in the abs with the breath. After you've done 20, go ahead and curl into this little ball and make some circles on the sky in both directions. And then the feet go up towards the sky, legs up the wall, or imaginary legs up the wall. Slide your hands under your bottom and curl your toes in towards your nose. From here, we'll work on lower abs. So we're not going to use momentum, just nice little pulse. 2, straight up. 3, squeeze. 4, lift up just an inch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 more. 10, straight up, no momentum. 9, 8, little. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug it in again. Maybe rock from side to side or take some circles. And then stretch out, one big, long body stretch. Really nice. Let's bring the right knee into your chest, draw it in. And then cross it over the body for spinal twist. Arms are open, both shoulder blades on the earth, and look to the right. So we're twisting to the left with the lower body, and the upper body's twisting to the right. Stay here for like a couple breaths, big, long, slow inhales and exhales. See if you get any little bit of adjustment in your spine. And then the hands come behind the head, and let's take some oblique crunches here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 10 fast. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Big good morning stretch. Both directions. Open up and breathe. Left knee comes into chest, and we take it to the right as we open the shoulders and look to the left, spinal twist. Breathe into that space, into the spinal twist. And once again, 10 crunches. Slow, lift the chin off the chest, shoulders off the earth. 1, 2, 5 more. And then little 10 crunches right here. Stay up and go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hug it in. Final posture, back bend. Wheel or bridge pose. Yogi's choice. Do 2, maybe 1 of each, maybe 2 of 1. Whatever works for you. I'll take a nice easy bridge. Lift the hips, maybe roll to the edges of the outside of the triceps. Lift up, chin up, look straight up. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release. And your second back bend, either a second bridge or wheel or maybe fish poses in your practice. Let's lift up again. And release. Let's windshield wiper the knees from side to side. A few more moments here in the practice. If there's any other posture that you'd like to get to, please go ahead and do that now. Maybe you want to go to the wall and practice some inversions, or maybe there's something else that you'd like to work on. Go ahead and take this time to do that. When you're finished doing whatever it is that you like to do to finish your practice, find yourself on your back or on your right or left side, curled into fetal position, really resting into the final posture, Shavasana. And finding that place with ease. Coming back to the breath, noticing where the breath lands for you. Releasing and relaxing all the parts of your body now, the parts that carried you through this practice. Releasing any anxieties that may have creeped in. And just be here in this moment with your breath, with each other, sitting in community. Continue to breathe. Yogis, we all have sources we turn to for support. We may turn to special people in our lives, family members, friends. We may turn to nature, the mountains, the trees, the ocean, the rivers, the sun, the moon, and stars. Certain people come into our lives for a short while. They help us to navigate through those particular times. Other people come into our lives and stay for a longer time. Sometimes we love people and are so deeply committed to them that they will be sources of energy and love for us, and we for them for most of our lives. And that's good, and how it should be. But while it's good to have people who are special sources of support for us, allowing just one person to be our sole support can mean trouble. We may begin to drain that person. We may become overly dependent. He or she may want to move away from us as we take their energy. Or we may become angry, as we usually do, at whomever or whatever we are dependent on. You see, for many reasons, we may find ourselves in conflict with the one that we have deemed our source. Something may happen that causes our source to no longer be available to us, and it's important to be conscious of what our needs are and to get our needs met. But it's also important to not to make one person responsible for doing that for us. So yogis, open to a larger, more abundant source. Open yourself to the universe or to whomever you deem a higher power, or maybe it's yourself. Getting a never-ending supply of what we need: love, energy, teaching, support, information, guidance, and nurturing. So remember not to make just one person responsible for doing that. Yogis, as we finish practice today, I invite you to come back to seated where we began and take a little mental inventory of how you're feeling right now in this moment. Coming back again to the breath. Knowing that you can come back over and over and over again whenever you need to recharge and to drop into the moment. Taking a few more cleansing breaths here, drawing the shoulders back, down and away, releasing any last little bit of tension that may be still there. Yogis, until we meet again, I wish you peace, love, and light. Namaste.